The Minnesota Twins were in Toronto playing the Blue Jays, so Edouard Julien at home in Canada. And you know what? Actually, I don't want to talk about this game at all. The Minnesota Twins got up to a 7-1 lead and ended up losing this game. So I would just like to quickly run through the events of the day and never think about this baseball game ever again. Actually, you know what? We should call out, though, that the lineup was really good. The lineup scored 8 runs. Carlos Correa there with 2 hits and a walk. Home runs from Ryan Jeffers and Carlos Santana. Santana also had a double. The Twins were 5 for 12 with runners in scoring position, so it's not like it was all bad, but it was almost all bad on the pitching side. Kind of felt like maybe Simeon Woods Richardson was due for a start like this, to be honest, but Cole Sands really was bad. But I do want to call it that just Steven Okert, Jay Jackson, and Caleb Thielbar, it was hard to have any kind of optimism when they were on the mound. Those guys just did not have it, and that's been the case a lot lately. Cole Sands let his inherited runner score. Okert had 2. Thielbar had 2. Toronto got a lot of hard hits. This is the complaining, whining section of the review, but they did have a lot of bloops, including this go-ahead hit by Clement. They had quite a few weakly hit balls that dropped in. Again, they hit a lot of balls hard, but this is kind of in between. Willie Castro probably smartly pulls up, but that's not in his chaotic nature. I was almost expecting a dive there, but anyway, moving on to better things. David Festa. This is the guy we should be talking about instead of this Twins game. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts for the St. Paul Saints. A big boy start from David Festa. Goes 6 innings. Not on the 40-man roster, but very much pitching his way into the conversation for being a call-up in some capacity. Just tremendous outing from him today. His changeup was remarkably good. We'll take a look at some of the Baseball Savant data here in just a moment, but I wanted to show some of the video of David Festa carving up that lineup. Topped out at 96.9 miles per hour. But as you see there, of the 11 swings at his changeup, 10 of them were whiffs. So that pitch was nearly untouchable in this game today for David Festa. Wow. Cedar Rapids picking this one up in the top of the 9th inning. There's already one out. Luke Keeschel on the mound, at the plate. This guy's always just dirty. He had a hole in his knee of his pants today, digging out an infield single. Just a grit machine. Love watching him. Ricardo Olivar fists off a opposite field single to keep it going. So they got a little mini rally going here. They're down 3 runs, so they need to keep this thing going. Rubel Cespedes with a swing you see out of him a lot. He's got this really good opposite field swing. He drives in a run with that single. That was on a pitch that was 98 miles per hour, oh, by the way. Unfortunately, Danny DeAndrade strikes out for the second out. He had 3 hits coming into that at-bat. A good day. Jay Harry draws a walk to load him up. Agustin Ruiz gets hit by a pitch to score another run. Could it happen? We've had some crazy comebacks and ends of games this week. Misael Urbina comes up, and unfortunately, they cannot complete the comeback. Cedar Rapids gets as close as 1 run, but cannot finish it off. Tough. On over to Fort Myers. Peyton Eels hits a triple here. If you don't know that name, he's very new to the organization. Was signed out of Indy Ball. Was an undrafted guy in last year's draft. Played some Indy Ball at the end of last year. Signed up with a new team this year and now is in the Minnesota Twins organization. Hits that triple there. Guy listed at 5'7", an undrafted guy at 5'7". Got to root for that dude. A career infielder, his whole college career and an Indy Ball, and he was playing right field for the Mighty Muscles today, so respect for him. 2 hits, 2 walks, and a stolen base for Peyton Eels today, so he was awesome for the Mighty Muscles in a big victory for them. The only team that won today, which we'll get a look at that in a moment. Here's the starting pitching rundown. Aaron Rosick was not the starter, but he pitched the final 5 1/3 innings for the Wind Surge. David Festa, 6 innings against his first time since his final start of 2022. That is 31 outings that he went in between completing 6 innings. So great to see out of him. Again, the Mighty Muscles, the only team to win today among the full season affiliates and the big club. Thank you so much for checking this out. We will talk again tomorrow.